Hello everyone, GameGoddessFee here. Alright, we are back with more Ace Attorney. I do have my boy, Pominator.
Oh.
Alright, so yeah, I hope you all are having a wonderful Friday evening. And yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and play this trial. I hope you all enjoy. Thank you for watching. Yeah, I'm representing Tom Nook today, you all. Anyway. Alright, so I think I muted the, okay, there we go. Episode 3. What's that PWAA? What
Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney.
Lord.
Justice for all.
They had to abbreviate it, huh?
Yep.
Alright, we have episode 3, Turnabout Big Top, part 2-1 trial. Alright, here we go. December 29th, 9:43 a.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby number 5.
Good morning, Max.
Max?
Milk?
What?
If I don't have a glass of milk before I go on stage, I just can't function, sweetie.
Stage? Don't worry, there won't be a stage. All you have to do is sit down.
I guess.
Nick, Max is really nervous.
That's understandable. Hey, my sweeties. What? You don't think I should fly, do you? Huh?
Go ahead.
You know, you've got to make a good first impression. When I enter the room, maybe I should fly in and warm the crowd up a little. No.
I know that's right.
We can't be having you flying around the courtroom. It just wouldn't be right. Imagine if you hit someone.
Don't worry, Max. Just do what Nick says and everything will be okay.
Oh, sweetie. What is it this time, Max? Why don't you try flying into the courtroom? I can see it now. The dashing young lawyer flying fabulously in from above. One glimpse of that and everyone in the courtroom will be on your side.
Max, really? No one needs to fly today. Nick, what's with that look in your eyes?
I like the sound of that. Dashing young lawyer flying fabulously.
Okay, Nick. December 29th, 10 a.m. District Court, courtroom number 2. And now the case of 1. What's going on? What? Your Honor, get on with it. Oh, sorry. I just realized that the defendant's name is Billy Bob Jones.
So?
Well, is it the defendant also known as Maximilian Galactica?
Yes, Your Honor. He does often go by that name.
You know, my grandchild is a huge fan of his. I think everyone here wouldn't mind if we called the defendant Maximilian Galactica. It sounds more friendly.
I wonder if that is to our advantage.
Miss Von Karma, your opening statement, if you please. I hope you don't bother thinking you'd win this one, Mr. Phoenix Wright.
Eh?
That spirit channeling trial was a sham. I refuse to acknowledge its legitimacy. It did not count, do you hear me?
You must still be upset about what happened last time.
You have no chance. Zero, zilch, nada. I'm not losing this case. Why, you ask? Because it is not in the nature of a Von Karma to lose at anything. I guess being born with the name Von Karma is a free pass to be arrogant and annoying. Watch and learn, Mr. Phoenix Wright. I'll show you the textbook procedure for providing how absolutely guilty you are.
Me? Guilty? What are you talking about?
It will be my ultimate revenge. But it's not like it'll bring her dad back. There, opening statement complete. Now let's hurry and wrap up this waste of time. Very well. You may call your first witness, Miss Von Karma. That was not no opening statement. That didn't have nothing to do with.
That was the opening statement. What you talking about?
That didn't have nothing to do with the defendant, really.
Yes, it did.
That whole opening statement was talking about revenge. Detective Dick Gunshoe, get up there now. Sorry to keep you from work, as I'm sure you need every penny you can earn, Detective.
Don't mention it. There's no trouble at all. I've been looking forward to this.
Very well. I would like you to begin by shedding light on the events in question.
At your service, sir.
All right, Detective, you may proceed with your testimony. Witness testimony, details of the events.
The night of the crime, snow was falling until 9:40 p.m., making it extremely cold out. All of the circus performers were gathered in the big top to practice their routines. The practice session broke up around 10 p.m. The murder itself took place in the plaza in front of the lodging house at 10:15 p.m. The victim was found bent over a wooden box, dead as a doornail. The cause of death was blunt force trauma that snapped the vertebrae in the neck.
Gosh. I see. He was beaten to death?
Here's the autopsy report for the victim.
What's up, Game Queen 81? How you doing tonight? The court accept this into evidence. Autopsy report added to the court record. Time of death is 10:15 p.m. Cause blunt force trauma to the back of the head. A blunt object. Very well, Mr. Wright. You may begin your cross-examination.
Yes, Your Honor.
Cross-examination. Details of the events. The night of the crime, snow was falling until 9:40 p.m., making it extremely cold out.
Let me ask you about the snow.
It was nearly a blizzard up until the time of the crime.
Did it pile up?
It wasn't such a big deal. Maybe about 1.5 inches was on the ground. The snow froze in place and stayed on the ground until the next day.
The snow. Let me see. There's got to be more to this.
Hey, what's the matter, Nick?
I need to take a look at the court record.
Mr. Gumshoe? What were the members of the circus doing on the night of the crime? All of the circus performers were gathered in the big top to practice their routines.
When you say all of the circus performers, who do you mean?
Everyone but the dancers and staff were there. Regina, the animal tamer, Mo the clown, Ben the ventriloquist, and of course the defendant, Maximilian Galactica, and his victim, the ringmaster. Oh, I almost forgot. Regent the tiger was there as well.
Out of curiosity, what about the circus monkey?
When I was investigating yesterday, he happened to snatch my wristwatch.
Detective, you are welcome to file a police report after these proceedings. The practice session broke up around 10 p.m.
After the practice was over, where did everyone head off to?
Regina was playing with Regent, while Mo went back to his room tired from work. Ben the ventriloquist went to the front gate absorbed in his own world. The ringmaster and Max went off to the ringmaster's room to talk privately.
Talk privately? That's awfully suspicious. You wouldn't happen to know what they were talking about, would you?
It seems they were negotiating Max's salary.
Actually, Max was asking for Regina's hand in marriage.
The murder itself took place in the plaza in front of the lodge house at 10:15 p.m.
I'd like you to be a bit more specific about the events at 10:15 p.m.
Okay, not a problem, pal. We've got a witness that told us how the whole thing went down. Ow!
This is totally meaningless. Time to move on. All right. We'll just have to revisit that testimony later. Detective Gumshoe, would you mind telling us how the victim met his end? The victim was found bent over a wooden box, dead as a doornail.
A wooden box?
That's right. The victim must have been carrying the wooden box when he was killed. Carrying the box.
Oh, wait, this judge.
Carrying the box, huh?
It was a rather strange wooden box, Your Honor.
What do you mean?
Well, it was much heavier than it looked. Not to mention it was locked.
Locked, you say? One box added to the court record. The victim was hunched over the 20-pound box. It boasts a small but strong lock.
This may be my only chance, so I might as well ask some questions.
What's in the box?
What's in the box?
About the wooden box. About the contents.
Do you mind telling us what was inside that box?
Well, when we found the box, it was locked tighter than Fort Knox. So we took it back to the station and cracked it open. All that was inside was this little bottle.
That thing was that heavy? Bottle? What is that, detective?
Exactly what it looks like, Your Honor. It's a condiment bottle.
What's inside the bottle?
It's filled with pepper.
Pepper? Why in the world was it locked in that big box?
There was only one little bottle in that huge box?
I wonder if that has some sort of special meaning. Small seasoning bottle added to the court record. Found inside the wooden box. The victim was hunched over. It contains pepper.
Max smells the pepper and then he flies because he sneezes.
The cause of death was blunt force trauma that snapped a vertebrae in his neck.
According to the autopsy report, the murder weapon was a blunt object, correct?
You've done your homework, pal.
And you haven't found this murder weapon, have you?
The police are searching for it as we speak.
Our theory is that it's something the perpetrator ran off with.
You would think so, especially since you didn't find it on the scene.
No. I bet he made it disappear with magic. Oh ho ho!
Really? Well, I think we have a good feel for the details of the event now.
I guess that's all we're gonna get out of Gumshoe in this case.
You mean all we're gonna get out of him is that little bottle of pepper? Now that we have wrapped up with the detective, I'd like to call my next witness.
I'm not even off the stand yet.
Obviously, but that's due to you being slow and unable to take a hint.
I don't know, but wrapped up has such a mean sound to it. I'm a sensitive guy.
Thank you very much, Detective Gumshoe. You may step down. Miss Von Karma, call your next witness. I would like to call Mr. Benjamin Woodman to the stand.
She must be talking about Ben the ventriloquist.
I wonder if Trillo will show up on the stand as well. Then you punch him. Please state your name and occupation for the record.
My full name is Trillo Quist. I am employed as an operating tenor.
Excuse me? The witness called to the stand was one Mr. Benjamin Woodman, ventriloquist.
That role must be cutting off your circulation. I said that I was a singer. Maybe you don't believe me. Fine, I'll grace you with a song. Me. The world of the law, exciting and daring, guilt or innocence, decided by a judge just like a woman. Well, what do you think?
It had a good rhythm.
It's just the lyrics. Leave something to be desired, so to speak.
Trilo, you're no better than to insult the judge. Shut up! Just look at your nose. You would think you would have the sense to fix it. It's so ugly, I want to punch you in the face on the off chance swelling would help. You know that your nose is the reason you'll never be an A-list star.
celebrities must really enjoy saying everything that flashes into their minds. What's going on here? Order, order. I demand to know who the witness is.
Don't worry about me, sir. I'll let Trilo handle this.
Yeah, like that thing really a person. Really, dude?
It is.
I'm not worried about you one bit. I'm worried about getting ouch. You won't get anywhere trying to figure out this witness. Now let's proceed. Witness testimony. What you witnessed?
Once practice was over, I left the tent with the clown. Once we got to the lodging house, I ditched him and went back to the plaza's entrance. That's when I saw Max heading toward the scene of the crime. He was the only one heading that way. How could that...
Can I see that right?
Go ahead.
How could that punk not be the killer? Then the police showed up and took Magic Boy away.
You saw Maximilian Galactica heading towards the scene? You sure of that?
Without a doubt, he had on a silk hat, cloak, and the dumb white roses on his chest. How can you mistake someone with that crazy get-up and his nose stuck up so high?
That's enough. I think we all get the picture. Just one thing. You said you ditched the clown.
That's right, Dress Boy.
Well, since you weren't with him, could that mean that clown committed the crime?
He's got a point.
What a shame. It was a nice theory, but the clown can't be the culprit. Why is that? Here's absolute proof. A silk hat. This was found at the scene of the crime. It belongs to the defendant. Without question, he was wearing his signature hat during practice. If the clown was the murderer, there would be no reason for this hat to be at the scene. Well done, Miss Guancoma. Your prosecutorial skills are unrivaled. Well done. Thank you for stating the obvious. Mr. Phoenix Wright, what do you have to say?
Okay. I guess she's the boss again today.
Cross-examination, what you witnessed? Once practice was over, I left the tent with the clown.
The clown? You talking about Mo?
Of course I'm talking about that. Because I'm talking about that old man. He's so pathetic I can't stand him. Just a little bit of exercise and his makeup's is running all over the place. Once practice was over, he was 9/10 of the way from kneeling over for good.
Poor guy.
We didn't have any choice, so Ben took him back to his room. When it comes to being a first-place loser, that guy's ahead of the pack.
Then what happened?
Once we got to the lodging house, I ditched him and went back to the plaza's entrance.
Why the plaza's entrance?
To do some thinking, of course.
It was awfully cold out that night, especially with all the snow around. Wouldn't thinking of your nice warm lodging house have been a better idea?
Mr. Phoenix Wright, I think you should leave the thinking to the witness.
But I'm a good thonker. At least my teachers always said I was.
That's when I saw Max heading towards the scene of the crime.
Are you sure it was really Max Galactica?
Of course I'm sure. How could you mistake someone wearing that such a snobby three-piece get-up?
Snobby three-piece get-up?
Get the wax out of your ears, lawyers nowadays. You're like talking to a brick wall. Max three-piece get-up. Jeez, can you be more dense altogether now? Silk hat, cloak, white roses. Thank you.
Nick, I think you should put a little bit more effort into preparing your questions. He was the only one heading that way. How could that idiot not be the killer? Oops.
You saw Max and only Max, right, Trilo?
That's right. And that makes him the killer. There was only one person headed that way that night.
That makes quite a bit of sense and makes Max one suspicious character.
There's more to this story than meets the eye. Is there something amiss in this?
There's no proof it was Max.
Did Max do it?
Cause they just saw his clothes. They didn't see his face.
I guess you're right.
Is there something amiss in this? Being only saw Max. I can say that.
Wait a second. There's no proof that the witness saw Maximilian Galactica?
Hey, you still don't get it, do ya? I saw what I saw. It was Max's 3 pieces of joke of a costume. Alright, let's say it all together now. Silk hat, cloak, white roses. Thank you.
I think you should study up on your celebrities, Mr. Wright.
Great. I'm getting shut down by a toy.
Then the police showed up and took Magic Boy away.
Around what time did the police arrive at the scene?
I suppose that would have been around... Hey, what time was it?
Huh? I think it was around, I'd say a bit after 10:30 p.m., I think. Practice ended at 10 p.m., so you hung around the lodging house the entire time? I guess that sounds about right.
Wasn't it awfully cold? I can't believe you just stand outside in that weather.
Well, the truth is...
Will you shut up, you big-nosed dope? Why are you telling him anything extra? Why can't you believe that we just stand outside in that weather?
Well, maybe you were waiting for someone.
What? Who said we were waiting for someone?
Mr. Phoenix Wright, we can all do without your offhanded theories.
But this witness, he's cracking under pressure already. I'm onto something.
Mr. Wright? Who do you suppose the witness was waiting for out in the cold that night? He was waiting on that monkey down there.
Yeah, the monkey. I don't know, pay Regina. Either Regina or the Ringmaster.
Regina?
I think Regina.
The underage girl.
Well, if he was waiting outside in the cold, it was for one person.
I would have said the killer. I mean,
And
the
one
defendant.
the defendant. And one person only.
Defendant.
He was
The,
waiting. Are you talking Max?
Yeah. Nah,
The victim?
the deceased.
Yeah.
Go ahead, I'm sorry.
And one person only. He was waiting for the animal tamer Regina.
What?
Well, Trilo's dead.
You were waiting outside for Regina to come back to the lodging house.
Am I mistaken?
Is this true?
Well, you can't really ask me that question.
Who cares who I was waiting for that night? What's important is what I saw. Don't you forget it.
Well. The puppet may be a bit stiff, but he's right.
Eh?
It seems that at this stage, I have no reason to doubt this witness's testimony. And there are clearly no conclusive contradictions.
He's right.
A brilliant judgment, Your Honor. Now let's move along with the testimony. Trilo wouldn't happen to have an ulterior motive for incriminating Max, would he?
Well, Max is part of that bitter love triangle with Regina. Which is probably why Max conked him over the head.
Nick, was it Ben the one who got knocked over the head?
Yeah, I think so.
I don't know anymore.
Once practice was over, I left the tent with the clown. So we got to find the contradictions.
Yep.
Was that the right person we picked?
I think so. Unless you want to indict him. You want to indict him.
You killed him, Trilo.
Hold on, let me go through his statements.
Wait,
Ooh, I do that. I'm trying to go back.
I like the detail that Ben is actually saying the words.
We already did that, y'all. Let me see. He was only heading one. He was
I
only
think it's
one
that.
heading.
Press on that one.
Huh?
Press on that one.
You saw Max and only Max, right, Trilo? That's right, and that makes him the killer. There was only one person headed that way that night.
That makes quite a bit of sense. It makes Max one suspicious character.
There's more to this story than meets the eye.
Is there something amiss in this? Except the Transformers? Yeah.
Ben only saw Max.
That's a bit strange, don't you think?
What's strange?
That you only saw Max. Doesn't it seem like you should have seen someone else as well?
What? Where are you going with this, Mr. Wright? Who else do you suppose this witness could have seen? The victim.
Monkey.
I'm just kidding, you're right.
The victim. That's the victim.
That's correct. If Trilo was at the entrance to the plaza, he should have seen the ringmaster as well.
Obviously, the ringmaster arrived at the scene of the crime before the witness could have seen him. Anyone with sense could have figured that one out.
What are you talking about? The ringmaster and Max went together to the ringmaster's room.
Is that, according to the defendant, a likely story? If Maximilian Galactica was supposed to be in the ringmaster's room, why was he, just as the witness stated, at the scene of the crime?
Ah!
I see.
All right. There's obviously a reason why the witness was there that night. He spent all that time waiting for Regina to arrive. Moreover, even if someone else would have walked right in front of him, I doubt he would have paid them a second thought.
That thing flew apart. It makes perfect sense. What did you just say? The witness saw the defendant at the scene of the crime.
However, he did not see the victim on the way to his eventual demise. If you accept that, then you must accept that there is a high likelihood that he could have missed someone else other than Max headed to the scene. Ow!
There is absolutely no proof that the witness was waiting for the animal tamer.
Wait, that's Trilo.
I guess you got me. Alright, I'll spill the beans for real this time. It's true, I was waiting for Regina.
Pain!
Don't volunteer things. Mr. Quist, tell us the truth this time, and I mean the whole truth. Were you or were you not waiting for Regina at the entrance to the lodging house?
I was waiting to propose to her.
That goes underage. I must subpoena you again.
You were what? Waiting to propose?
What's the matter? You think that humans have a monopoly on marriage?
That the matter of a puppet marriage is not under review in this case.
You're the judge. I mean, look at your horrible outfit.
More pain!
Thanks to your bumbling, my perfect plan is not so perfect anymore. Now we have to waste time getting to the body of some silly proposal by a puppet. Witness testimony about the proposal.
I'd be surprised that I was going to propose to Regina. I even had something to give her. I kept it in my pocket waiting for the chance to propose and give it to her. Of course, I also had it in my pocket that night. It was a present for her. In the end, I wasn't able to give it to her, so I still got it in my pocket.
You are going to propose? You a puppet?
Don't be so obtuse. Just because I'm a puppet doesn't mean I can't love.
I guess you're right. Just because I'm old doesn't mean I couldn't propose to her too.
No,
Oh my goodness.
Judge. No, Judge, no.
Exactly.
His honor is looking a little less than honorable right now. You can say that again.
Okay, Mr. Wright, please continue with your cross-examination. Oh, what was with that sigh at the end? Cross-examination about the proposal. Don't be so surprised that I was going to propose to Regina.
By proposal, you mean proposing marriage, correct? To Regina?
Of course that's what I meant. What kind of stupid question is that? I wasn't going to propose that we become some sort of outlaw biker gang together. Right, Ben?
Yeah.
Got it? That's the truth.
I even had something to give to her.
What was it exactly that you planned on giving to her?
You know exactly what I was going to give her, numbskull. The only thing I could find that could match Regina's beauty.
Answer his question. What was it?
You're gonna die when you hear this. It's an engagement ring.
Engagement ring?
Wow, those two nearly fell out of their chairs.
Mr. Phoenix Wright's joke has gone too far. Time for this to end right here.
Francisca's whip looks like it's about to lash out at almost anything. One hit from that thing will probably shut someone up for a long time. And he goes back.
Push on in the way, Phoenix.
It may be something of a joke, but this is a historic moment. The first time that a puppet has ever proposed to a hero. Ow!
I advise you to cut this argument short. I'm going to have to agree with the defense here. Will the witness please revise their testimony? Specifically about the engagement ring, I like to stick to the facts, not sociology.
You sure do enjoy sweating the details, especially for a man in a black bathrobe.
I don't know if I pronounced that word right or not. Jesus. I planned on giving an engagement ring to Regina.
An engagement ring?
Uh-huh. It's actually a diamond-shaped stone cut from glass. Even more brilliant than the real thing. I think Regina is going to love it.
It's just a ring.
Did I need to press him? What's the matter, Nick?
Well, there's gotta be something I can catch him on.
I kept it in my pocket waiting for the chance to propose it and give it to her. Oh,
I think we already know what it is. At least I know.
that ring? That ring that right here. Ooh.
Yep. What's the contradiction?
A cheap ring with an airy sparkle from T to R. When he said, let me see. You got it in her price pocket.
Trilo, do you mind if I show you something? What is it?
What are you talking about?
Uh-oh, looks like they're going to double team me now. Do you recognize this ring?
Ah, that's mine! Give it back! Thief! Thief!
Didn't you just testify about this very object? I believe you said, in the end, I wasn't able to give it to her, so I've still got it in my pocket.
Why then do I have it right here?
What is going on here?
That's... Ben, say something!
Don't put me on the spot like that, Trilo.
I found this in Money's room.
Money's room? You mean a room they put money, like a bank vault?
Ha! That filthy monkey is gonna get what's coming to him!
Mr. Quist, I would prefer if you avoided slandering innocent riots in my court.
Well, Your Honor, Money really is a monkey, in every sense of the word.
Oh, I see. Well then.
Money likes to go after the shiniest things that he can find and gather them up.
Shiny things?
Trilo! When was this ring stolen from you?
Well, I suppose it was. That time, you know, that night, the night after crime.
What did you just say?
Details. I need more details.
Well, it was stolen right after Max showed up in the plaza.
Right about when you saw the defendant walk past, correct?
Well, I guess you might be able to say that. The ring might have, well, it could have been taken around that time.
Ah! No! Oh! Ben, what's with you? Or whatever. It has nothing to do with anything, especially not who committed the murder.
It's not for you to decide what it has to do with what.
Now, Trilo, back to the topic at hand. I haven't admitted a thing. Not I, Mr. Trilo Quist.
What did you do when the ring was taken, Trilo?
You know exactly what I did. I chased after that ring-snatching monkey, Money.
Wait, what? Oh, okay. But you weren't able to catch up to him, were you?
That's all this slow, loafy idiot called Ben's fault. While he was bumbling his way through the snow, that dumb monkey was able to get away.
This is indeed an incredible shame.
Well, this does indeed prove one very important point.
Prove an important point? What point could there possibly be?
Ben doesn't exercise enough. He's lazy. Look at him. Look at his leggy arms.
This testimony has a flaw. I see what's in that.
There's a huge contradiction in the witness's testimony.
Contradiction?
The witness just testified to the following effect. Up until now, the police arrived. He didn't move from the entrance to the plaza. However, the witness just stated that he chased after Money the monkey. When the witness was off chasing Money, there was no one watching the plaza.
What is the meaning of all this, Mr. Phoenix, right? Where are you going with this little theory of yours?
I'm saying that there is no possible way that this witness saw the plaza the entire time. That's where I'm going with this little theory, which leads me to my next point. It's entirely possible that someone other than the defendant was at the scene.
Interesting, Mr. Wright. Well then, tell me this, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Do you have any proof that something slipped past this vigilant ventriloquist?
Well, he obviously didn't see the victim, the ringmaster, arrive on the scene.
However, that doesn't change the fact that he saw the defendant arrive.
The witness is fibbing! He is blinded by his rival with Max!
Well, the defense's argument does hold water. This witness does have a history of animosity towards the defendant.
What? How dare you? I wouldn't fib just to get that dark face in trouble. He's not even worth it. I saw him, no doubt about it. I saw that worthless fibber.
Well, just for clarity's sake, let's flesh out exactly who you saw on that night.
Ha! I've told you so many times. You think you know my story's not changing.
You've already changed your story, Steak Boy. And I'm sure it would change some more.
Where there is one field, there are usually many more behind it.
Exactly, Maya. That's why we have to keep after him.
Yeah. Witness testimony. Witnessing Max.
I'll give you that night I was waiting that night for it. I'll give you that I was waiting that night for Regina. But that doesn't change the fact that I saw Max in the plaza that night. He showed up after I had been waiting there for about 5 minutes. I said good evening to him, but he didn't even acknowledge my presence. I'm absolutely sure it was him. I saw Maximilian Galactica at the scene. There's no way I would mistake someone wearing those 3 ridiculous symbols.
There you go.
So that means that money didn't show up until after you saw Max?
That's right. Money ran up less than a minute after I saw Max.
Then Money snatched the ring and you went chasing after him?
How long was it until you came back to where you were, waiting?
Well, let's see. I'd say about...
I suppose 5 minutes, I think.
So the victim could have arrived at the scene in that 5-minute stretch. Mr. Wright, please proceed with your cross-examination. Cross-examination. Witnessing Max. I'll give you that I was waiting that night for Regina.
So you were only concerned with waiting for Regina that night? That means you probably wouldn't have noticed if someone else showed up.
You should think about how many eyes I actually have. I've got 4, you know. 4 F-O-U-R. Counting Ben, of course. With that many eyes, do you really think something would have slipped past me?
4 eyes is an awful lot of attention directed at one area, I suppose.
Yikes, the judge is even more dangerous to our case than Trilo.
What's up, Yeety? What's up, Shermanator? Hey, really think this puppet is real, huh?
It is. It's real and it has feelings and rights. You have to let it vote. You have to let it vote.
But that doesn't change the fact that I saw Max in the plaza that night.
So you saw Max coming out of the big top that night?
Of course, that's where I saw him coming from. I was staring at the entrance to the tent the entire time.
I guess that makes sense, especially since he was waiting for Regina.
He showed up after I had been waiting there for about 5 minutes.
About what time would you say these events took place?
You're one of the dumbest people on the planet if you can't figure it out yourself. You already know that practice finished promptly at 10 p.m. And you already know that I went to the lodging house right after practice. You don't need a brain searching to know around what time it was when I saw him. Just add 10 more minutes. I'm sure you can do that. Now, what time was it?
Indeed, what time was it?
What time was it? Let me think for a sec.
Yo, I'm no good at math.
It was 10:10 p.m. Oh yes, that sounds about right.
That sounds about right because that's the time when I saw Max on the scene.
I said good evening to him, but he didn't even acknowledge my presence.
So you testified that you said good evening to Max that night.
You must enjoy asking incredibly obvious questions. You say good morning in the morning and good afternoon during the day, right? And it's obvious that I'd say good night to someone at night. What, Ben? You got something to add? Let me guess. That's not it, Trilo. You say good evening at night.
I'm sorry, Trilo.
Mr. Chris, I would prefer if you kept your ventriloquist act outside the courtroom.
Impossible! A performer lives and breathes his performances. You should know better.
There's got to be something wrong with this bit of testimony.
He said good night.
Ben's half of the comedy act. Your comedy act is slipping, Ben.
I think that's
Yeah, just kidding. No.
Trilo's evening greeting or Ben's half of the comedy act. Let's try this one.
Isn't that a bit strange to you?
What do you mean?
Well, if you hate Max so much, why would you bother being nice to him? It strikes me as somewhat strange.
Why would it strike you as strange?
Exactly. How is it strange to be cordial to one of your coworkers?
Well, if it was simply just being cordial to a coworker, I would understand.
Ow! That hurt!
Maybe you should think about having some proof before your lips start flapping next time. Proof is everything in this world. You should have learned that back in grade school.
There's no reason that Trilo would ever say something nice to Max. But how do I go about proving that with evidence?
Bluffing is everything in this world, but I'm sure you already learned that one.
I guess I could give it a shot.
The witness will resume his testimony.
I'm absolutely sure it was him. I saw Maximilian Galactica at the scene.
You are 100% absolutely sure of what you just said?
I told you already. Jeez, I'm 100% absolutely sure.
There's no way that he could be any more confident than that, right? There's no way I could mistake someone wearing those 3 ridiculous symbols.
Those 3 ridiculous symbols, huh?
Out of curiosity, how many times have you asked that question by now? If you're gonna ask again, I'll answer with a chorus. Everyone together now.
Mario Bros. Thank your hands from Sunset. Thank you very much. Maya, you didn't have to join in, did you?
But it's fun shouting out with everyone else. There has to be a hole in his testimony somewhere.
I agree, but do we have the proof to make something stick?
All we can do is try, right, Nick? We've got to have something that will prove useful.
Alright, time to go to work.
What you got? What you got?
Let me see what I got.
You got your mighty Mascatooth.
Nope, ain't got that.
It was fine.
Was it that same night?
No, what's that same night, bro? He's trying to prove that he would never say goodnight to Ben, Max.
Ah, okay. Hold on. Let's see, good evening. So should I present that bottle to him right here?
Mm-hmm. Trilo, is it not true that you had a fight with Max on the day of the murder?
A fight?
A fight over Regina, to be exact.
It wasn't that big of a deal. It was just an argument, a disagreement at most.
A disagreement usually doesn't end with someone getting clunked over the head. That morning, Ben got clobbered over the head by Max, didn't he?
Look, he probably incriminating Max.
Yeah.
He already done hit somebody over the head. Anyway.
My witness is my defendant is very violent.
Is that an admission of assault and battery?
Exactly.
Ouch. Before we handle that, we should wrap up the defendant's murder charge first.
The truth is that on the day of the crime, the defendant and witness had a huge fight. There's absolutely no way they would have suddenly become cordial that evening. Moreover, just consider the personality of the witness on stand. There's no way a puppet this lewd would just say good evening to his rival.
Are you saying this witness is fibbing? That he is trying to frame the defendant by claiming to have seen him at the crime scene?
I didn't tell a single fib. Honestly, I just...
That's enough from you, Mr. Quist. Mr. Wright,
Yes, Your Honor?
let's clarify this testimony for the court. Could you explain your theory about who the witness actually saw that night?
I think he saw my defendant. Like, I concede the point. I can't concede the point.
He didn't see anyone. He saw a different person. Could you explain your theory about who the witness actually saw that night?
What I'm saying? Alright, he definitely saw someone. So
Not the defendant,
so I guess he saw a different person.
because they could have been wearing his clothes.
Yeah. They stole his strip. It's my belief that the witness did indeed see someone that night. It was just someone else. That's who he said good evening to.
What kind of theory is that?
The correct one. Furthermore, I don't believe the person the witness saw was Max at all.
What?
If he had truly met Max that night, there would have been no greeting at all. Which means there is only one proper answer. The person the witness saw that night was not Maximilian Galactica. That is why Trilo made the effort to greet whoever it was that he saw that evening. Or good evening, as he put it.
What in the world? You? Would the defense kindly explain who it was Trilo saw that evening then?
It was Money the Monk.
Let me see. Regina? Or him? Russell Berry? Nah, it wasn't the victim.
Wait, no. It might be him because he was the only other one out there. Why he be wearing Max's clothes though?
Yeah.
Lawrence Curls! Lawrence Curls.
Let me see. Where's the picture? Really good. I want to do he. Nah, I don't know if he have on a hat or not.
You like Mr. Monopoly?
So, what about the clown?
Clown was sleeping.
I just say the victim.
Considering the ill temper of this witness, there is only one person he would greet.
It must be Regina. It's Regina, right? She's so cute.
No, Your Honor, it's not Regina. If it was Regina, Trilla would have given her the engagement ring as a present.
Oh, yeah. I suppose you got a point there. It was Russell Berry, the victim himself, was it not?
You were correct. It was indeed Russell Berry. The person you saw that evening was the victim, the ringmaster Russell Berry. That's why you greeted him, Trilo, isn't that correct? Answer the question, Mr. Quist.
His head flew off. Order, order. How do you respond to this?
But wait a second. Well, at first I thought it was the old man. But once I got a better look at him, it was obviously Maximilian Galactica.
I think it is high time that we clear the air about this question. Mr. Chris obviously witnessed a single person in the area of the plaza that evening. The problem is identifying exactly who that person was. Was it Maximilian Galactica or was it the ringmaster, one Mr. Russell Berry? The prosecution argues that it was the defendant that the witness saw that night. The witness has clearly stated that he saw the defendant's 3 symbols.
3 symbols? Oh my god, Nick. What's laughing?
Alright, this is getting old. Come on, man. You gotta remember them by now. Here we go again, everyone. All together now. Ah!
Yes, we know the silk hat, cloak, and white roses.
A silk hat and a cloak.
Anyone could wear them. They'd even look good on me.
What was that?
Well, the witness has endlessly repeated that he saw Max's 3 symbols. However, how do we really know it was Maximilian Galactica? It could have been someone else dressed up as him. Possibly even Russell Berry.
What? Miss Von Karma, do you have clear evidence that the person the witness saw was the defendant? Well, if that's the case, then it is impossible for me to make a judgment at this point.
Yes, I think we finally won a point on this one.
That is very unfortunate.
Huh?
You're just a little too excited for your own good, Mr. Phoenix, right?
What do you mean by that?
You merely established one thing from this witness. You established that this witness saw one person in the plaza that night. I applaud you on your effort, but who that person was can only be answered by the next witness.
Huh?
This is gonna be interesting.
Your Honor, the prosecution will provide beyond a shadow of a doubt an answer to that question, and evidence that clearly establishes one thing, that there is no one other than Maximilian Galactica responsible for this crime. Very well. The court will take a 10-minute recess. During that time, I request the prosecution prepare their next witness. Court is now in recess.
Well, I hope you like not pressing the witness for the next one.
We can't press him.
If you press him too hard, he laughs and the judge gives you a penalty.
Really?
Mm.
All right. How y'all like that episode?
It was cool.
It was kind of short. It's still 8. I wonder how long the next one will go.
You ready to go again? Let's go back in, guys.
Let's go back in, guys.
Y'all want to go back or y'all want to save it? Chat, what y'all want to do?
Let me see. I'm looking up a YouTube video, how long it is. It's pretty long.
Oh, okay. We can just save it. It's already our hour mark, so we'll save it for the next one. I guess we'll save it. All right. I appreciate you all for watching, and yeah, I'm kind of curious who their next witness is.
You know, it's gonna be
Lawrence. Lawrence, go.
Who is Lauren?
Really? You literally looked at his name in the court record.
I forgot. Look,
Mo.
You talking about that monkey?
No, the clown.
The clown. Oh, okay.
forgot.
I'm about to say money is the monkey. Anyway, I appreciate you all for watching. And yes, you're watching and you're liking what you see and haven't subscribed yet. I appreciate if you'll go ahead and subscribe for me, and also if you don't mind hitting that like button for me. All right, Yeety and Game Queen 81. I will talk to you all on the next one. Everybody else that's watching, we'll talk to you all later. Have a good night.